Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Nasidyanka. So, today I will begin a series of 4 episodes where I wanted to talk to you about Bulgarian history in more recent times. And what I mean by more recent times, I'm really speaking of past few centuries because Bulgaria is such an old country. She really dates from millennia ago, and I will definitely make sure to include that in future videos. So, as we have now begun March, the month of March, we are entering into a month of huge celebration for Bulgarians. And one of the most important dates is, in fact, March the 3rd, which is one of our liberation days. It is the liberation day from the Ottoman Empire's rule. So I will mention to you the history of most recent Bulgaria that involves the Ottoman Empire rule, the fall into it, and then the recovery from it. I will do this in the next series, like I mentioned, of 4 episodes because we are in this month of March. That's a great celebration. And by the way, the liberation from the Ottoman Empire's Islamic and oppressive rule must be known and broadcasted to the entire world, more so because in recent and modernistic years, there has been a tendency and even pressure from foreign forces to silence our people. First, our Liberation Day was actually put out of our calendar for some time. Second, there have been political attempts at taking away this information or distorting the information as it is presented in the schools to our students. So, for example, instead of naming it for what it is, which was enslavement, the Ottoman Islamic Empire enslaved Bulgaria. That's why we call it the Ottoman rule. Many of those political powers have been oppressing Bulgarians in late years to where they want Bulgarians to call it cohabitation with the Ottomans. It's simply outrageously wrong and very insulting to call slavery cohabitation, even though our relations have changed. And of course, we don't even have Ottoman Empire nowadays. We can talk about this in future. I firmly believe that historical facts must be recorded and remembered as they are, factually, and not putting their distorted opinions and philosophies. So, with this, I will begin. So, this is our first episode out of 4 total on this theme. So, Christianity emerged on the Balkan Peninsula during the apostolic times, mainly thanks to Saint Apostle Paul as well as Apostle Andrew. The Bulgarian country was officially recognized by Byzantium for the first time on the Balkan Peninsula in 681 AD. Bulgaria, however, existed long before this, like I mentioned, thousands of years before this. At some point, Bulgaria enveloped a huge territory from nowadays Ukraine, beyond the Baltic Sea, and even neighboring India. Stay tuned with this because I'll add more information about Bulgarian and Indian affairs in the future. In 864 AD, the Bulgarian ruler Saint Knyaz Boris I, and Knyaz is an appellation we gave to a king, for example, but it's even a higher, more special title than this. So Saint and Knyaz Boris I officially accepted Christianity and he baptized the entire Bulgarian nation formally. Christianity, however, had already begun in Bulgaria long before this formal act. We have evidence that the ancient Bulgarian rulers, so-called Khans, were baptized Orthodox Christians who were also highly educated. So they knew what they were doing. Saint Knyaz Boris I was an exceptional diplomat, and so he took political actions to make the Bulgarian Orthodox Church not only autonomous but also autocephalic from Constantinople and Rome. That were the main powers at the time. This means that he did everything in his power to gain Bulgarian independence. So on March the 4th, 870 AD, a church council in Constantinople with the presence of Roman representatives witnesses announced the autonomy of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. So that's on March 4th, 870. We're about to celebrate this month. So among the Eastern Orthodox churches, the Bulgarian Orthodox Church was ranked 8th in autocephaly. So now I'm going to open a note. Please stay tuned because towards the end of my 4 episodes, I will create an entire video on this issue. This is an issue because the ranking of number 8 in autocephaly has been one of the lies in history, and I will dig deeper into this. Like I said, so the truth is that Bulgaria ranks 5th canonically as autocephalous church after the 5 main churches, which are Jerusalem, Constantinople, Rome, Antioch, and Alexandria. But I will mention this, like I said, and Rome doesn't count right now because of other reasons, but let's come back to this in episode 4, so stay tuned. So in this way, the Bulgarian Orthodox Church is the oldest national church in Europe. So from the very beginning, the Bulgarian Orthodox Church was an autonomous archdiocese under the jurisdiction of Constantinople's Patriarchy. The first Bulgarian archbishop was Joseph, or we call him Yosef, and also Bulgarian received Orthodox priests at that time, deacons, as well as handwritten, which was the method of editing and publishing at the time, service books. So in 886 AD, the most prominent students of the brothers Saint Cyril and Methodius, and if you guys remember in the previous episode, I mentioned that Saint Cyril and Methodius created the Glagolithic alphabet, winning rights for the Slavic people. So their most prominent students were actually Bulgarian. They are currently canonized saints, most of them, many of them. And so those students created the Slavic, as we also call it, Cyrillic, which is Bulgarian alphabet. So whether you call it Slavic or Cyrillic, it all is Bulgarian alphabet. They established the 2 major centers of enlightenment. So this was where the Orthodox Christian books were written, edited, and published. So 2 centers. One of those was Preslav, which is a Bulgarian city near Veliko Tarnovo, and the second one is the city of Ohrid. This is a Bulgarian city in today's falsely called Macedonia, and I will present you a longer video in the future on this issue. But for now, you guys can orient yourselves map-wise, and it can give you a clear idea of what those 2 centers were. So this was all Bulgarian territory at the time, Preslav and Ohrid. So their works enriched the people with spiritual enlightenment, which was recorded in our history as the Golden Century or the Golden Era. They called Bulgaria the Golden Bulgaria at that time. As a result of this work of enlightenment, in the Council of Preslav in 893 AD, the Bulgarian language was acknowledged and accepted as the official language of the Orthodox Christian Church and of the nation. And so, Knyaz and Saint Boris I, his son Simeon, accomplished his father's dream. In 927 AD, the Bulgarian Orthodox Church received autocephaly and patriarchal dignity. With this, I will end episode 1 out of 4. Stay tuned as I will continue sharing with you about Bulgarian history in a nutshell. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining Nasedyanka.